MB. Never thought I'd say that. It didn't work. It didn't work. It didn't work. It's so cool. Oh, that went by fast. I'm getting so distracted. This is wild. I have to pull for trigger now, right? If I go to pull on a Bang Boo banner again, I need to be yelled at. So it turns out hitting the start record button the same time you click to log in the game, or like 2 seconds different from each other, does freeze the game. In case anyone was curious. Because I wasn't. Anyways, hello friends and gamers. I put off the trigger banner because this was also originally going to be a content catch-up. I have since decided to move the content catch-up, because it's not that much content to catch up with, to the Xbox Showcase day. We're going to do all that together because it's all reaction content and we can all do it at the same time together. I don't have to switch scenes in OBS. That's the annoying part, is the switching scenes in OBS. So I'm like looking at my schedule, like I just finished recording the Star Rail event, the Awu firm. So weird, but I finished it. And I was like, okay, what else can I get recorded right now? My throat kind of hurts, so something short. And that's something short. We're gonna take a look at Trigger and her kit. I do have some marketing stuff to get caught up with for Trigger, but that will be in the catch-up video. That will be the Xbox Showcase day. So that is happening, or the spotlight is happening on April 11th. I actually do have a doctor's appointment that day, so I probably will be up early, so we'll actually do it on time this time. But I'm not sure when the spotlight timing is. It might be in the evening because it's Xbox, so sometimes the times get different. As you can see, last night I was doing the other thing. I was doing the Hollow Zero event that ends this weekend. I did almost all of it, but I did not finish the stages for Jane because I don't know how to fight Abyss Jane. So there is some issue fix rewards as well here. So we're grabbing those. I'm gonna go through everything. There's a lot of stuff you can see here that I didn't tap into despite playing yesterday because I rolled it for gacha dailies. And was like, we're just gonna leave it there. I'm not gonna touch anything. It's fine. So yeah, that's where we're kind of at right now. Is me going through everything. So yeah, grabbing all the stuff. We're not doing any polls. I've said this before. We're not doing any polls because I said so. Unless it's like master tape. We're not even doing master tapes. We got our monthly boo puns. Boom. But we're not doing polls for Trigger. I will probably pull her on a rerun is what I'm thinking right now because I like her as a character. I've done nothing. I've done nothing this patch. But I want the characters next patch more. So as you can see, we did have our switch on the banners. But let's take a look here. So I think there is some new events as well. Still wants me to finish Day of Brilliant Wishes. I have started that. I need to put that back on the schedule to like finish that event. I probably will do that as I'm editing this video and like adding stuff here. So 0 point calibration is still, that is Trigger's character story. So I need to get that on. We have Silver Soldier Song is still up, and March On Tiny Titan also ends in 2 weeks from when I'm recording this. Virtual World Battle Storm has 7 days left, so I need to check, because some of these are on my schedule already because they started during the first half of this patch, and other ones are not. Shattered Edge ends today, so this will no longer be available. It still will be available for you to do, but there won't be extra exclusive rewards. So if you look here, there's the exclusive rewards, and I didn't finish Jane's because it was too hard, so I didn't do it. I tried. Dancing on Strings we have as well. This is permanent. And I don't think we have to do anything right away. Cool. We have the final callback, which is the Trigger callback this time. We have our... Oh, I need to claim these because I logged in yesterday. The free boot puns. I logged in yesterday and didn't touch any of this because I knew I had to do a patch video. And I'm like, I can come and do Hollow Zero and not do a patch video. Bet. And yeah, that's what happened. So patch video time. We are going to look through Trigger's kit in its entirety this time. Last time when I was getting caught up with the first half of this patch, I did not go through the kits in their entireties because we had 2 new characters and I was behind. So we are going to fully go through all the kits. First, we're going to do the trial demo for Juyuan. I don't plan on pulling for her, but we want those polychromes so to pull for Mockingbird next patch. So I'm curious when we'll be getting the stream for next patch. I feel like it should be coming up soon here, especially looking at the fact we have the Xbox Spotlight on the 11th. I would assume that's the day we're supposed to get a live stream, but why would they not, like, why would they just not announce them together sort of thing, Because we are getting a live stream that day, but it's the Xbox specific live stream. I don't even know if it's a live stream. It might just be like a premiered video sort of thing. Not sure. But we have Julia, and I don't remember how she works. But we're gonna go through this regardless. So we're accumulating shell shots. And then after activating an extra special, you gain 3 enhanced shot shells. I thought it was shell shot. Why is the order of the word different? All right, we are just gonna go through this. So hold to enter suppressive mode. And then we just have to do that 6 times. GUN is fine. I don't have any like WASD during basic attacks. So whoop, 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 whoop. I'm literally just pressing down on one of the keys and hoping for the best. It counted. She's cool, but I don't need her. I need Mockingbird. The Mockingbird characters I do need. So I have priorities. Can't just hold down on her and it kind of does a good job. She's easy. She's an easy character to use. Hey, rude. Ult time, baby. I feel like she's a little bit too loud, but sometimes that does happen in these stages. I got in a perfect switch. Yay! He didn't even plan on that. I just felt like doing it. I felt like doing a perfect switch. What can I say? Oh, I have bullets. Here we go. Oh, she like zooms out. She like got out of the way really easily there. You know, she has guns, you would think. Take it away, Ambi. Never thought I'd say that. Nicole and Ambi are really kind of carrying this a little bit. I'm gonna let you set up so I can do a perfect switch. I'm ready. It didn't work. It didn't work. It didn't work. Nicole, ult, please. Thank you. Hold on. You're like all the way in the corner. How did you get in the corner? I don't know. Are you done? Can you be done? You have like 2 health in a dream. The perfect switches are kind of fun. Take it home, Ambi. There she goes. This is not the focus of this video. In theory, you think I would like Gion's kit. It's fine. Complete. What are the A ranks on this banner? I don't even know. I know Lucy's one of them because I just saw her. All right, that was Gion's. Now we have Trigger. We actually do have a kit to look at. So let's start that demo. We're gonna go through everything, then we'll go through the pay to play section, and I don't think I'm gonna be pulling, so it is what it is. I will talk about the A ranks at the very end though, probably. And if I think this banner is worth it, because that's the thing. I'm in like a unique position where I really want the 2 Mockingbird characters, but if you don't care as much about Mockingbird, you're probably fine because they're putting Hugo and Vivian in the same patch. So it's like, hold on, take a step back, hold on. So if you don't care about both of them as much as I do, you're fine. All right, how does Trigger work? Combat character intro trigger part 1. So we hold basic attack to enter sniper stance. Oh yeah, she is the Nikke setup. Yeah. Allowing Trigger to fire consecutive sniper shots forward. When the skill hits an enemy, Trigger gains 25 purge points. With purge points, when other active characters in the team hit enemies with attacks, so it seems like you can use characters other than Trigger, but I feel like using Trigger alone is going to be really fun. But active character, when other active characters in the team hit enemies with attacks, they can trigger various aftershock attacks from Trigger. So another character with an aftershock mechanic. I say another because Polka and Sanbi both had aftershock mechanics, so that's kind of the theme of this patch is aftershocks. When any aftershock hits enemies, so any aftershock, meaning they probably do want you to run her with a character like Polka, with a character like Sanbi. It increases the target's stun damage multiplier effect, which remains effective even when the target is not stunned. So we're going to be starting by holding to enter sniper.
Adjusting for wind.
Is so cool. Oh, that went by fast. So how does it actually work? I think I'm really gonna like her combat, which is unfortunate because I want both of the Mockingbirds. Anyways, part 2. When Trigger has purge, other active characters in the squad can activate Trigger's basic attack harmonizing shot when hitting enemies with a basic attack, dodge counter, special attack, or quick assist, dealing electric damage and accumulating days. When hitting enemies with heavy attacks from an extra special attack, assist follow-up, or ultimate, they can activate Trigger's basic attack harmonizing shot Tartarus, dealing electric damage and accumulating a large amount of days. I have seen people making reference and noting the fact that a lot of the Obo squad members from the various character stories, whether it be Sanbi's or Triggers, I'm assuming is where this is coming from, because I've seen it come up a lot recently. I've seen people make the references to Greek mythology, underworld stuff. All right, I've seen it all, and yes, I'm very intrigued by it. I'm very into it. Because for those of you who didn't know, Tartarus is where the dead people go. Like the really bad ones go to Tartarus. You don't let them out of there. They stay there. Don't let them out. So yeah, so we're landing a heavy attack with another agent's extra special. So I guess we have to switch off, right? So we use Nicole's extra special, and then Nekomiya comes in. I don't even know what we did there. That was a lot all at once. Yeah, so it definitely seems like Trigger is friendly for team comps, not like she's not a hyper carry. They definitely want you to use her with other characters, which I kind of like because we've been having a lot of units that could definitely be hyper carries. And I think the combat in Zenless is like lends itself to be very interesting if you do it right. And hyper carry is not the right way to do it. I can say that because I hyper carry really bad. I'm really bad with hyper carrying in this game. I do it all the time, and I know it's more fun with character switches and stuff, but that's why I didn't know how to do like a perfect assist thing for like a really long time because I was like, I don't switch characters. What the heck? Anyways, part 3 for Trigger. When hitting enemies with an extra special attack or ultimate, Trigger will enter coordinated support. While in coordinated support, other active characters in the squad can trigger basic attack harmonizing shot whenever they hit enemies with any attack without consuming purge and with no cooldown restrictions. So for this, we're going to launch an extra special attack and enter coordinated support. And then while in coordinated support, we activate harmonizing shot at no cost and no cooldown. So harmonizing shot in this state triggers more frequently and doesn't consume purge. So we just switched to another character and that's how it does that. But Trigger is still on the field. She keeps showing up, which is quite cool. I think that's going to be very fun. I imagine doing like having a team with a main DPS followed by, and we still have Aftershocks with Trigger going on. I can't imagine a team with, I'm getting so distracted. This is wild. Like Astra, Trigger, and a DPS might go really hard. And I say that and now I'm like, damn, guys, I have to pull for Trigger. I have to pull for Trigger now, right? Like, I have to. I'm not letting it because I want to see what her ult looks like. Ooh.
One shot, one kill.
One shot, one kill. Damn! All right, well, we're only getting one Mockingbird to come home, I guess, because I'm gonna do some trigger pulls. I like the Nikkei setup already, so you just hold down to do this. This is really fun. This is actually really cool. I like it a lot. And then switch when they start getting ready. I didn't do any hits. I think I was too out of range. Ooh, this is so cool. I also like how she works pretty well with Nekomiya because I, for one, love Nekomiya. And I don't have her on my account yet, but I am excited to have her one day. So switch back in on Nekomiya. I've made jokes before about how Billy can solo clear anything, honorary 6-star Billy, or I guess SR rank Billy, because in like a worst case scenario, you can just like solo clear with him. But ooh, Trigger might be like the actual version of that. Like she's really good, but also you can run her in a team situation, which I think is really cool as well. So I really like Trigger. All right, we're pulling. We're doing some polls. All right. Before we do those polls, we are going to take a look at the, like I've brought up before, the pay to play section, which is where we go through her Mindscape cinema, and I say if I think it's worth it or not as a free to play player. Mostly free to play. I did spend like $30 to get Astra. Anyways, I need to claim these. Hold on, we got more polychromes. This is good. This is good things. Claim all there. Because the back in business menu, I forgot that exists. All right. All right, let's, in tactics. Oh, yes, we get more polychromes here because I did the 2 trials just now. Okay, let me grab here. Okay, and then what we're gonna do, I do have 2 days left with Coleta. I should have gotten it. Anyway, I'm so distracted. Achievements. I'm very distracted. Okay. We're going here. We're looking for Trigger, and we're gonna take a look at her Mindscape Cinema because I almost forgot multiple times. All right. Mindscape Cinema. This is the pay to play section. Hypothetically, if you've saved up, you can get 1 or 2 copies probably. If you're lucky enough, maybe 3. However, the average player is gonna struggle to even get 1 copy. So this is spend responsibly. Mindscape Cinema is only if you have the disposable income, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so the stuff we just went through, I'm assuming, I think they start them. I don't know if we have any like extra copies on the trial. I'm pretty sure the demo is just 1 copy of the character. So what we just saw was 1 copy of Trigger. Perfectly manageable if you have some pulls saved or you're lucky or what have you. From here on out, we start to get more and more dicey. Number 1, Mindscape Cinema, number 1. I think it's M. We're using M. M1. This is 2 copies of Trigger. Is called Sharpened Senses. The stun damage multiplier applied through core passive, Soul Searching Gaze, is increased by an additional 20%. When activating basic attack, Harmonizing Shot, the cooldown is reduced to 2 seconds. Purge, gained upon hitting an enemy with the continuous fire or charged counter in Sniper Stance, increases by 25%, and Maximum Purge increases to 125. This seems fine. I mean, if you maybe go for 1 copy if you just want to like beef up your Trigger, but that's like fine. Also, it's like this first one, so it's like, yeah, you could go to M1 and probably be okay. I don't know if I'd recommend it right off the bat. Like maybe, especially if you want Mockingbird, I would do the thing where I recommend maybe pulling just one copy of the character, and then if you really like Trigger on a rerun, go for M1. Perfectly fine. Now, M2, Ether Vision, is probably going to be a means to an end one, which means it's not necessary, and it's just is to get you to the higher ones that are better. M2, or 3 copies of Trigger, is Ether Vision. So upon using an Aftershock, already I'm kind of like, oh, maybe it's not a means to an end. Trigger gains 1 stack of Hunter's Gaze. When executing a finishing move in Sniper Stance, Trigger gains 2 stacks of Hunter's Gaze. Each stack of Hunter's Gaze increases all squad members' crit damage by 6%, stacking up to 4 times and lasting 10 seconds. Repeated triggers reset the duration, no pun intended. But I was very lukewarm on Sharpened Senses. Like, yeah, I even said it, like, yeah, it's fine. It's probably okay. I genuinely think Ether Vision is not a means to an end. I actually think this is a good one. Because especially if you want to go for that Aftershock mechanic being like a core pillar of your team. I think Aftershock buffs are like the ones I'd want to go for. So honestly, truly, I think M2 Trigger is might be worth it. I'm not even gonna lie. Maybe, you know, like I've said before in other games, and Zenless as well, pull 1 copy of Trigger. If you want to pull more copies before the patch is up, because you really like using her in game, sure. Alternatively, reruns happen, so you can wait for a rerun and get the other extra copies then. You don't need to get them right now. I feel like she's still going to be very free to play friendly. She's going to be fine to M0. It's no big. But her M1 and M2 don't seem that bad, especially having both of them. Doesn't seem that bad. So M3 or 4 copies of Trigger. This is what I'm talking about when we start getting to means to an ends ones. It's these very short ones. Homecoming. Basic attack, dodge, assist, special attack, and chain attack levels go up +2. You don't need that, but it's there. M3 is a means to an end. So yeah, you don't need Homecoming. If you're going to pull for extra copies of Trigger, you're not going to M3. That's not the goal here. M4 then, Concealment, is probably what M3 is getting you to. So Concealment, when Trigger enters or extends coordinated support, while the state is active. Can I click this? No, it doesn't let me click. The reverse does this better. But while the state is active, the next time other squad members trigger Basic Attack Harmonizing Shot or Basic Attack Harmonizing Shot Tartarus, it will trigger Disconnect upon hitting an enemy, dealing additional damage to 200% of Trigger's attack and inflict daze equal to 120% of Trigger's impact. This skill has a relatively high interrupt level. So I'm interested in the high interrupt level because that means, I'm pretty sure that means that you can get interrupted easier. So what's the point? It's almost like having a high crit rate percent, or not crit rate. It would be like if you have a high percentage of crit damage, but the crit rate is like piss poor. Like it's a crit rate of 5, but like your crit damage is like 1,000, like something like that. That's what this feels like. It's like, what's the point? Maybe in practice it's much better, but I don't know if I would recommend going to M4 just because it feels a bit weird personally. And I don't think you need it. Again, I don't think you need it. So moving on then, M5, Locked In. This is going to be 6 copies of the character. Is another means to an end one, but like actually it's basic attack, dodge, assist, special attack, and chain attack, levels +2. It's literally, I think, the same as Homecoming. Yeah, it's the same as Homecoming, but now it's like +4 in total, technically. You don't need M5. You're not going to M5. M6, though, is Beyond the River of the Dead. Again, her thing is called Tartarus. That makes sense, because Tartarus is Beyond the River of the Dead. So what does this one do? This is her M6, which will be 7 copies of the character. This is the most high spender levels of high spender you can get. Upon entering the battlefield, Trigger gains 5 armor break rounds. For every 25 purge consumed, Trigger gains 1 additional armor break round up to a maximum of 5 rounds. So this is like a whole new mechanic, it almost feels like. While processing armor break rounds, when Trigger hits a target in Sniper Stance, 1 armor break round is consumed to deal additional electric damage equal to 1,200% of Trigger's attack. Armor break round damage is additionally increased by 50%, and this effect can trigger once every 0.2 seconds. I think this is good if you plan on using Trigger as your main DPS in that Sniper Stance frequently. This might be one that you want to wait on and see how often you actually use it in game, because if you don't use that Sniper Stance in everyday gameplay frequently enough, I don't think Beyond the River of the Dead is worth it, quite frankly, because it's for that Sniper Stance, because it kind of changes her combat a little bit. Like, you can still use her as more of a like sub DPS situation that we had her working with in the trial, but if you plan on using her more as a DPS, I could maybe see and recommend M6, but I don't think the average player needs this. Obviously, this is her highest of the highest Mindscape Cinema. This is multiple copies of the character. The average player really doesn't need this. This is for like whales, like super whales. So I don't think you need it. But that being her M6, I don't think you really need to go past, like the average player does not need to go past her M2, especially if you plan on using her more as a sub DPS. I think you're fine. I don't think you need to go past M2 like at all. If you really like Trigger and intend on using her as your main DPS in that sniper stance, maybe you really like Nikke, sure, go to M6 if you really want it. But, and you have the disposable income, don't break the bank for this. But I don't think the average player needs anything past M2. Quite frankly, I think you can get away with not having any of her Mindscape cinemas if you're like just a normal player. I don't think you need any. But that is honestly, I think a character is better when they don't need those Mindscape cinemas, or you don't need extra copies of them, because that means they are a viable unit as is. You only need one copy to really use the character, and I think that makes a good character. So you don't need extra copies of Trigger to still get the best out of her kit, if that makes sense. If you want to use her as a DPS, then yeah, maybe you do. It seems like that M6 is really changing the entire, I don't even know what, the entire like makeup of her kit. So if you want to do that, that's on you, but I'm not. So yeah, I never realized how close I am to level 34 until looking up at the top of my screen. All right, gamers, let's see if we do some pulls. All that is to say, I might do like one 10 pull and call it. We can do a 10 pull on the Bangbu banner, so let's set this up a little bit. Let's see what we're rocking with. I save the Bangbu banner to do 10 pulls on because I don't like sitting here and doing singles on the Bangbu banner. It feels like pulling teeth. So our A is number 1, so that's actually kind of good. We got Paper Boo. Okay, that's fine, I guess. Confirm. So, oh, I'm really close. I actually, if I go to pull on a Bangbu banner again, I need to be yelled at because I actually want to get the Mockingbird Bangbu. I don't even care if I get the Mockingbird characters. I want the Bangbu. All right, if we go stable, I have one we can do here. What do we got? It would be great if it was something fun. B, it's not fun. It's the opposite of fun. I am going to do a 10 pull, even though we're kind of going into my polychromes. I'm going to do one 10 pull and see what happens. All right, just see what happens. I might regret it, I might not. We'll see. Okay, we got 1A and it's pretty early in the pull, so I can skip the rest. Cool, cool, cool. What's it gonna be, especially because I didn't look at the A ranks? I know Lucy's one of them. What do you know? It's Lucy!
No matter what it is.
I think I'm almost, I don't know if I ever almost maxed or anything yet. We got a stuff to give her a Mindscape Cinema, so we don't have her maxed. But yeah, it's Lucy and Billy. I don't think that's horrible. I think my Billy might be maxed or close to it. What I'm scared about this here, though, is I'm not guaranteed. So if I say, okay, I'm going to do my polls and maybe we'll lose a 50-50, but also I don't know. Like, I'm like, I'm a little scared here. You know, I always say it myself, you don't need every single character in the game. I'll be fine if I can't get both of the Mockingbird characters. There will be reruns. I'm literally just trying, because I really like, that's the thing. I think the Mockingbird characters are very pretty, but I know nothing about their kits, obviously, because we've only had drip marketing. That's it. However, I really like Trigger's kit. Like, she's fun. And I feel like with Zenless Zone Zero, I tend to go more for, like, there's characters I like, obviously, but if a character has a fun kit, I'm so much more down to pull. And also, Trigger is really cute. I like Trigger. Her, like, the little video with the kid was, like, very gut-wrenching, and I love that. So, do we want to do another temple? I say we do. I say we do. Another temple it is. So this will bring us down to 21. Because that's the thing, I could do the pulls. I think I have just about enough to do pulls here. My A's are coming early, which is nice. I might regret pulling. Hi, Billy. Hey there. All right. Is my Billy maxed? No, he's not. What do you know? All right. I think I can get some stuff in Signal. I can get one uncrypted here, or encrypted, and then I can grab all of my standards. Let's like do a little switch to standard. We'll do our 5. I am getting ready to skip. It's B. I'm also like running out of energy, so I'm like, we could just be done. I think you know what? I think I might be done. I think I'm gonna call it. We'll do our standards, and I'm gonna, I did 2 10 pulls for Trigger, and she didn't come home. So you know what? We're just gonna wait, and we're gonna pull on, because I'm gonna be so mad if I like am barely close to getting, like, if I just barely have enough. So I'm gonna let it be, because I'm also getting kind of tired and hungry. So you know what? It's fine. We got an A rank on the standard. What's it gonna be? It is Bunny Band, a rank W engine. It is the butt of a bunny. Interesting. I didn't even know that existed. Okay, well, that being our luck for today, yeah, okay, yeah. I do recommend getting Trigger. I do, but I am insane and really want both of the Mockingbirds, so I'm cutting myself off because I know I'll be upset and want to spend money. So instead of doing that, I'm just gonna stop here and we'll get to that when we get to that. I know I had Billy needs a mindscape. Oh, we're only halfway on him. So now we're at 4. So now we're 3/4, 2/3. 2/3. That's how, can you see, like my brain is very slowly losing steam. Yeah, Lucy wasn't even close. This is M2. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it alone. I am going to leave it alone. I do really like Trigger's combat though, and I do have to recommend her for that reason, but I know I'm gonna be so upset if I don't get both of the Mockingbirds, so I'm gonna leave it alone. I am going to leave it alone. But we will look at Trigger to finish this out. What is like the best shot we can get? You know, that's a shot. We're gonna end up here. Okay, that was Trigger. I do recommend her. I 200% recommend her, but like I said, I know I'll be so upset if I don't get the Mockingbirds, so I have to cut myself off. We do have 2 weeks left. I can come back and still get her. But especially the very like first time trying a character, I tend to get very like, I need this character, I need to pull, and then I end up regretting it to a certain degree when another character I want comes along. So I'm gonna stop. I am gonna stop, and we'll come back later. Because who knows, I might see the kits of in what order the Mockingbirds are releasing in and their kits, and I might not want one of them. Right now, I really want both of them, but we'll see. However, if you are a normal player and not insane about vampire coded characters the way I am, I think you should pull for Trigger if you want to pull for Trigger. I think she's a really good character. But that is going to be it for this video. Like I said, we do have some like content stuff, like little video clips and things to get caught up with, but I'll be doing that in the Xbox Spotlight video. We'll watch all of that at the same time so I don't have to switch between OBS scenes, because that is the most annoying thing ever. If you like this video, make sure to give me a like down below, as well as subscribe for more and click the little notification bell to be notified when I upload new ones. As always, I hope everyone hatter is having a super lovely day wherever you are in the world. I hope all Trigger wanters are Trigger havers, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys!